Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lore podcast, the podcast where we spread love through sharing our stories and life lore. So, first of all, welcome to our 60th episode. This is crazy. I cannot believe I've done this for 60 freaking weeks, and I can't believe you've stuck around with me for that long. But if you're new here, hi, welcome. In honor of 60 episodes, I thought it would be super cute for you to get to know me a lot more. I'm going to share 60 facts about myself, and I think a lot of my friends know these already, but I try to select as many facts that a lot of people don't know about me as much as I can. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start off pretty simple, just some basic facts about me. My full name is Sophie Benjamin Augustine Manio. So my first name, the Sophie, it doesn't have any special meaning behind it. I think my parents just liked the name Sophie. Benjamin, however, came from my grandma because I think either her first or middle name was Benjamina, and that's where they got the Benjamin from. And then Augustine is my mom's, what's the word? So it was her original last name before she married my dad, and then Manio is obviously my dad's last name. So yeah, that is my name. I love my name. I've always loved how long my name was, especially my middle name. I don't know. I love it so much. Fact number 2 is I was born in the Philippines. I was born in Pampanga, which is in Luzon, and I lived there for 6 years, and I have a whole episode talking about my life lore back in the Philippines. I love and miss it so much, and I haven't gone back home in a bit, but I'm excited to go back home soon. Speaking of the Philippines, fact number 3 is that I can speak a little bit of Tagalog. Konti lang. Konti lang. It's very, very stuttery. But if I meet someone for the first time and they need help with translations, I got you, girl. I can understand 100%, but speaking not so much. But I guess I can do small talk. I guess so. Since I'm from Pampanga, our other dialect is Kapampangan, which I cannot speak at all. I can understand, like, I'd say 20 to 25%, but I cannot speak it. Growing up, my entire family would always talk in Kapampangan. Whenever I would go to my cousin's house, they would all speak in Kapampangan, and I could pick up phrases here and there. I know a little bit of vocab, but I still can't speak it, and I'm not like super confident in it. But yeah, those are the languages that I can speak / understand. Fact number 4 is that when I was little, I had the thickest, poofiest hair ever, and it was super thick. My hair is still super thick, but it really was not as thick as it was. It was like poofy. It was very poofy, and I remember always being so insecure about it. I remember crying to my grandma because I just wanted straight hair so bad. And whenever I would look through grocery stores or watch commercials on TV, all the girls in the advertisements and stuff would have just like pin straight hair, and I've always wanted the hair because it was portrayed to be very beautiful, and I just had like this thick hair and I hated it so much, and I was always so jealous of my friends who had pin straight hair. I've always wanted straight hair. I remember every time I would shower and I would comb my hair when it was super straight, I would be so in love with it. Now that I'm older, I love my hair. It is one of my favorite parts about myself, and I straighten it. I never straighten it anymore. Like, I used to straighten it a lot back then, but I try not to put heat on my hair. But I love my hair. I wish I never took it for granted back then because it was actually so cute. I remember even getting stopped and stared at so much as a kid because of how poofy my hair was. I remember sitting in the shopping cart at a grocery store, and this girl looked at her like boyfriend or something, and she was like, oh my god, her hair. And I remember being so self-conscious about it. I hated it so much. But looking back now, I loved my hair so much. So yeah. So fact number 5, my Myers-Briggs personality type. I am an ENFJ personality type. So that's extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. And I would definitely agree. I would consider myself extroverted. When I was little though, I was more on the shyer side. Like, I would always call myself an introvert, but now I'm just very bubbly. I'm very extroverted. I love talking to people. And I think this is pretty accurate. But yeah, there you go. I am an ENFJ. If there are any other extroverts in the chat, please say hi to me. I love talking to people and I love meeting new people. So yeah. Fact number 6 is I'm a dog person 100%. Dogs over cats. I feel like just dogs, I've always been surrounded by dogs in my life. I grew up with pet dogs, and I just feel like our personalities align more. And also every time I've been around a cat, it has just not been a cute experience. Like, I feel like they always hate me. I always feel so stressed and tense around them, like they're gonna scratch me at any moment. But yeah, I would say I'm a dog over cat person. Fact number 7 is my favorite subjects all throughout my life were English and art. English was always my strongest subject, and yeah, anything art related too. So I loved art class, drama, just anything arts related. Going off of that, fact number 8 is that my least favorite subject is math. And I don't know, guys. I don't know why. My dad, he's an engineer and he's always been so good at math, but for some reason, those genes weren't passed down to me. But it's okay, we can't have it all, I guess. But yeah, I definitely cried a lot doing math homework with my dad, and I was just never that great at it. I took Foundations 12 over Pre-Calc 12 in high school, and I remember that it was my best option, like the most logical, reasonable option for me, but I also remember comparing myself so much because of that, and I just never felt smart enough, and it's okay. Like, I'm doing amazing now, and I probably would have hated my life if I took pre-calc in high school. I remember also in elementary school, I was one of those kids that were put in those resource groups that would have to leave class in the middle of class to go to math group and math help. And fun fact, in high school, in grade 8, for my first ever math quiz, I got a 1 out of 10. And it was on integers. I was also on the verge of failing Math 8. I remember making my dad drive by my potential summer school if I had to take remedial 8 to retake math in summer school. I made him drive by the summer school because I was so convinced I was going to fail math. I don't know, guys. I don't know. My brain was just not wired for that language. I remember my grade 7 teacher telling me that I just needed confidence in math. I don't know why I remember that so well, but I agree. Like, I still have hope that I can become good at it. I just need confidence and practice. Fact number 9 is my go-to Jollibee order. So if you don't know what Jollibee is, it is a Filipino fast food chain restaurant. It's very popular, and my go-to order at Jollibee is burger steak, and it has always been burger steak. I don't know who put me on burger steak, but I grew up eating burger steak. I remember gaining like a lot of weight when I was a kid, probably from all the burger steak. But it's just so good. It's so good. Even to this day, I'll still order. I don't order it as much now, but I remember one of my biggest worries and my family's biggest worries for me was that when we moved to Canada, I would have no more burger steak. It was serious. I remember when I was little, like for dinner, my parents would sometimes get Jollibee to go, and I remember they would come in, get that styrofoam box of burger steak out of the bag and put it on the table, and it would just smell so good. And yeah, I was addicted. I probably ate burger steak like twice a week. Fact number 10 is my current favorite food. And guys, I love a good poke bowl. It's my favorite food. I love how versatile it can be. I love how customizable it can be because I personally like being in control of what I put in my food. So that selection option has always benefited me so much. And it's healthy, it's fun, it's tropical. Like, I love it. So for my order, it kind of changes. It depends on my mood and the location I'm buying it from. But usually I get lettuce for my base and 2 scoops of salmon for my protein. For my veggies, I get kale and green onions, but to be honest, I'll get any veggies, especially sweet onions. Cucumbers also are really great. And then for sauce, there's a specific sauce from my favorite restaurant. It's called umami sauce. It's like a very tangy, it's like a flaxseed vinaigrette. That's what it was. If not that, then I'll always go for some sort of light ponzu citrus sauce, just something super light. And then I'll get imitation crab, 2 scoops of imitation crab. I love imitation crab so much. And then for toppings, I go for tamago, edamame, bean sprouts, corn, and furikake. And that is my poke order. So if any of y'all want to get me poke one day, there you go. That is my order. Next is my favorite movie. So I don't watch movies that often, to be honest, but my favorite one is Titanic. Super, super basic, I know, but it just has a special place in my heart. I was also super young when I first watched it. And I fell in love with young Leonardo DiCaprio at age 11. But I love Titanic. I have Jack and Rose Funko Pops right there on my little shelf. And wait, for the video, guys, I'm gonna get them just for you. Okay, so this is my Jack one, and this is Rose, and I've had these for so long, but yeah. Other than Titanic, other movies I love is Avatar by James Cameron, also another James Cameron film, especially The Way of Water. I remember it was trending in my first year of uni, I'm pretty sure, and at first I didn't want to watch it, but for some reason my dad and I ended up watching it together, and I just fell in love with it. And mind you guys, this was the second movie. It was The Way of Water, so I watched the second one first and then I fell in love with it, watched it 2 other times, and then I watched the first one and loved it as well. And yeah, ever since then I was just super hooked onto Avatar, and my favorite character is Neteyam. I love Nateum. And then the third Avatar, Fire and Ash, I watched it in January with my friends. It was really good, but I think the second one is my all-time favorite. Fact number 12 is that I love Barbie movies. So yes, this has to be its own separate category because I can talk about Barbie movies all day. I can make a whole episode on how much I love Barbie movies, like the OG Barbie movies. Like my all-time favorite Barbie movie forever and ever and ever, for as long as I live and I will die on this hill, is 12 Dancing Princesses. My all-time favorite. Even just the intro song was already so moving to me. Like I can cry listening to that song. I also wrote down my other runner-ups. So if I were to rank my favorites, my top fives, 12 Dancing Princesses at number 1, Fashion Fairy Tale at number 2, Island Princess at number 3, Charm School at number 4, and Diamond Castle at number 5. And I actually have the Diamond Castle necklace and I got it from my friend as well. And then I couldn't decide, so I also wrote a 6th favorite. My bonus one is the Three Musketeers. I wanted to be a musketeer so bad and I wanted to be like Barbie in every single movie. Fact number 13 is my favorite season has always been winter. Growing up, it's always been winter. But now I would say I'm more of a spring and summer person. I don't know. I just feel like I've been getting sadder and sadder every winter because of how dark it gets. And I just love the light. I love being in the sun. So I think now I'm much more of a summer person. But if you were to ask me when I was younger what I liked more, definitely winter because I love being cold, which is so funny because I'm from the Philippines. You would expect me to like summer. But I think after being in the heat back home for so many years, I think I just really loved the winter side, the winter season. So yeah, but I think now I love spring and summer, which is perfect because we are approaching the spring and summer season and I'm very, very excited. Fact number 14 is that I don't drink coffee. So I don't know why. I feel like it's just that I feel so unhealthy when I drink coffee. I feel like it's always so full of sugar, and maybe it's because I always get like bad options, but it's also probably because I cannot sleep when I drink coffee. Even if it's super early in the morning, it's going to affect me until the moment I hit the bed. There also was a time where I did try to drink coffee pretty regularly and I just felt so gross. And also, especially for university students, it will definitely leave a dent in your bank account if you keep buying coffee every single day. So yeah, no, I'm not a coffee person. And yeah, I do prefer tea over coffee. I love green tea. Like you can ask my parents, like I'm always boiling a new batch of hot water for another green tea. Like I can drink green tea all day. Okay, fact number 15. This is about working out. And my favorite form of working out is doing Pilates or any sort of like on the floor mirror type things. I did have a phase where I lifted weights almost every single day, but I just did not, it just didn't align with me. I would get such bad body dysmorphia after the gym, and I just don't think it's for me. If you're going to the gym and you're working out, you have to make sure that your workouts align with you and that you actually enjoy what you're doing. So I just did not enjoy what I was doing, lifting weights, and it was translating into my habits and what I was looking like appearance wise and just mentally. It wasn't aligning well with me. I resorted to Pilates around 2 years ago, and I've been so consistent ever since then. It just benefits me in so many ways. Like, I think the biggest thing for me is I don't sweat after, which is so convenient for me because that means I can just do whatever I want for the rest of the day and not feel super gross. Another thing is that it's safer. When I was lifting super heavy, I felt like I was injuring myself more and more every single day, especially when it came to my form, especially doing, what's it called? Bulgarians, and I would do deadlifts. Like I just felt like I was breaking my back more and more every single day. Also, another thing I love about Pilates is that I can do it at home or at the gym. I think I personally like going to the gym more to do it because it just puts me in that mindset. And also when I'm at home, there's just so many things that are overstimulating, and I just love being around other girls that are working out and being their best selves. And I always feel so good after each workout too. So yeah, I love Pilates. I love working out. And I also feel like I did see actual better results with Pilates. And guys, I can talk about this all day. I should stop. Flexibility is one of those things that we don't really think about often when we're thinking about working out and staying fit. But I learned that it's actually super important. And I feel like Pilates lets me channel. It lets me really practice and I guess exercise my flexibility. And I think it's great. Fact number 16 is I am a huge stationery freak. Definitely way more when I was in high school. I would spend so much money, or my parents' money, on stationery. I feel so bad now, but I think it was such a good investment because I just love being creative, and they know that I've always been a very creative person. I love art, so I thank them so much for letting me buy all the stationery. And on my YouTube channel, I actually do have a stationery collection video. I went through everything in my desk. Love stationery. I love calligraphy. I was the kid that took really aesthetic notes, but to be honest, even though I made so many of those really beautiful notes, they did not benefit me that much because I was just so focused on how cute they were, and I never retained anything. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but now my notes are borderline like super ugly. Fact number 17 is I love roller coasters and just anything that gives me adrenaline. I love a good haunted house. Nowadays, I feel like I'm more cautious around things like that, like roller coasters and stuff, because of all the not health, but safety risks. And I don't know, I feel like I'm outgrowing that part of myself. But if ever there comes the case, or if ever I have the chance, I will always go on a roller coaster. I love roller coasters so much. Fact number 18, this kind of bounces off of that one, but I also love horror and anything like spooky, scary, paranormal. Yeah, I love urban legends, scary story times. Like, I'll get ready while listening to them. I will clean my room while listening to them. And yeah, I'm just a very big horror fan. Fact number 19 is I have a skin condition called psoriasis, and it's basically eczema. So my hands have rashes. Honestly, it's not that bad right now, but in person it's a lot more textured, and I've had this since the summer of 7th grade, and it's chronic. Yay. But yeah, my hands are itchy every day. It's especially really bad when I'm anxious or when I can't sleep in the middle of the night. I'll just be scratching and scratching all night long. And I'm actually out of my cream right now for it, so I've been living off of Vaseline and my lotion from Victoria's Secret. And I do have an episode that talks all about my experience with psoriasis, and I actually really like that episode. It's super cute, and I'm super proud of myself for making that episode, because I think it's so important to talk about stuff like this, and that your skin, like, no one's skin is perfect. It never really bothers me that much, except when I have to take pictures with, like, okay, for example, like my club had a cookie fundraiser last week, and we were making a little ASMR video, and I was like touching the cookies, and my hands were very close to the camera, and it's moments like those where I start to get kind of self-conscious about my hands. But at the same time, I still think it's super important to open up and talk about stuff like this, so I don't mind. I don't care. They're there to party on my hands, and it's also on my arms too, and on my legs, and some on my tummy as well. But it's okay. I love my skin no matter what. She's perfect. And yeah, fact number 20 is my favorite Papa's game is Papa's Wingeria. I've tried a lot of them. There are a lot of new ones that I haven't tried yet, but I do love a Wingeria moment. I used to play on my iPad when I was little all the time. I unlocked all the flavors, all the sauces, like literally everything. I was obsessed. Okay, fact number 21 is something I've never talked about ever on this podcast, or even to my close friends, and that is my teeth. So you may or may not have noticed that my teeth don't look like your usual set of teeth, and it actually stems back to when I was literally a baby. So I honestly don't know the full explanation, but it might have been with something to do with the way I was fed milk, I guess. But my teeth just grew super weird and not cute, and obviously my parents did not want me to grow up with teeth like that. It was actually pretty bad, and I don't know if there's any pictures of me with my original like old teeth, but it was bad. It was really bad. So when I was around, I probably would say like 5 or 6 years old, I got surgery. My parents literally paid so much money for my teeth to get fixed. So yeah, I got the surgery, and for about, I would say maybe 6 years, 5 to 6 years, or even 7, I had a whole new set of teeth, and almost every single tooth was silver. And yeah, I was like full of silver teeth, and I had a huge gap in my tooth. It's still kind of there, but this gap was so big. So yeah, growing up, I've just never really had normal teeth, but honestly, I don't care. Like, I love my teeth so much. I think it makes me unique and different. And also, whenever I see my teeth, I just think of my parents, and just I think of it as a tribute. How do I word this? It's like a tribute to their love for me, if that makes sense, because dental work or anything healthcare related in the Philippines can get really expensive, and we were so lucky that my dad had a connection to someone, or knew someone, I think even a relative or something, I don't know, that did like teeth stuff. So, or no, maybe anesthesia. I can honestly make a whole episode about my experience with my teeth and like my surgery and all that stuff, but I was very little, but I would love to talk about it one day and just open up about what it's like to have a different set of teeth. So fact number 22 is I love to read. Growing up, I've never really loved reading, especially since I was kind of forced to do it in school. However, I did love the Rainbow Magic series, like the Fairy Girls, but it wasn't until summer 2022 or 3 where I started to read a lot more and get back into it. And I remember specifically reading like I think it was 3 books in 1 week. It was crazy. It was summer vacation, so I had so much time on my hands, but it was crazy. I'm currently reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I think that's what her name is. Yeah, Stephanie Garber, and I honestly have been loving it so far. I'm also currently reading the Harry Potter series. I'm on the 3rd book right now, and I promised myself to not watch the movies until I finish the series. And guys, I want to be a Hogwarts baddie. Like, ever since I read the first one, I just want to be in Hogwarts. I want to live there. I want like a whole study room, just super Hogwarts aesthetic. I want my own wand, my own robe, my own broom. Like, I just want to be there, and I want to go to Harry Potter World if I ever go to like Disney or something. So yeah, those are the current reads right now. My all-time favorite books, I really love Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and also Daisy Jones and the Six. So a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and yeah, I will say I'm more of a books over movies person because I feel like when I'm watching a movie, I just feel really unproductive. Like, I'm just sitting there, which is so funny to me. But when I'm reading, I like that I get to hold the story in my hands, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just how my brain works, but I love to read, and yeah. Fact number 23 is I love MasterChef, and this is the cooking show with Gordon Ramsay in it, and I think my brother put me on. He was watching MasterChef Junior, and I was like, wait, I want to watch it. So I watched the first episode of MasterChef Junior US, and I was around the same age as the kids during that time, so I really like resonated with them, you know. I can't cook, but they really inspired me to cook. Like, I remember loving the show so much. I also ended up watching the adults versions. I even watched a bit of MasterChef Canada, and whenever I would cook, I would pretend I was in the show. Like, I was under pressure, I was describing what I was doing, I pretended to be on a time limit, I would wipe my dishes at the end, I would pretend I'm in a reality show, I would present my plate as if someone was going to judge me for it, and I would describe my dish. Like, I was obsessed with that show. My favorite contestant was Derek from season, I think he was season 5? I think I wrote it down. Derek is season 6. He was the drummer, and he made it to the semifinals, I think, or the finale. No, he was in the finale, and he was versing Claudia. I remember that so well. And also Aron from season 5. Oh, she's such a baddie. But yeah, those are my favorite contestants. And when I went to Vegas last year, I did stop by Hell's Kitchen, and just seeing that Gordon Ramsay presence in front of me was just really cool. Any other MasterChef fans, let's talk about it, because I never have anyone to talk about this with. Fact number 24, these are all the places I've traveled to. Philippines, well, because I was born there, Canada, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and the United States. So I've been to Seattle, Oregon, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. So I have many, many more places to travel in this lifetime, and I cannot wait to explore more. And my dream destination to travel to is London, because a lot of my favorite YouTubers growing up were from the UK, were from London, were British, and I just love them so much. So yeah, dream travel destination right there. Oh, and that was fact 25. Yeah, fact 25 was my dream place to travel to is London. Fact 26, I cannot drive. So I took that knowledge test, I passed, but never did anything with it. Every time I would try to practice with my dad, I would just get the biggest anxiety, and I would get dreams of driving. Every single dream I've had of me driving a car, it would end up in a crash. It would end up so bad, and I just took that as a sign to like not drive yet. And this is a hot take of mine, but I really don't think 16 is the right time to start driving. Like, I feel like it's such a young age, or maybe it's just me, but I feel like I'm not gonna start driving until like I'm mid-20s, like 25, 26. For some reason, 26 is the age that feels right for me to drive. I don't know, but for now, guys, I love using my U-Pass. I love saving the planet and getting my steps in. Yeah, I am a TransLink girly for life. Oh, right now at least. Fact number 27 are my favorite games to play. So I love playing Minecraft and Sims. Those are probably my 2 favorite games. I'm not a super like hardcore gamer on a PC. Like, I don't own any of that stuff. Also, Plants vs Zombies. I love Plants vs Zombies. I think I have another fact about that. But yeah, Minecraft, I have a whole episode on that. And Sims, I can also make an episode on Sims. I love Sims. It actually inspired me to become an interior designer one day. I really wanted to design houses just like I did in The Sims. I only played these games on my phone and my iPad. So yeah, I don't know. I just love them so much. I would spend hours on Sims building houses, Minecraft, mining, building houses. I'd have a podcast playing in the back, some music, a YouTube video. Like, I don't know. I just loved these games where you can just let time pass and just work on a world and come back to it and all that stuff. So yeah. Fact 28 is I can play the piano. I think a lot of people might know this already, but I've never actually talked about my piano lessons journey slash lore because it's actually kind of interesting. So it all started when my cousin, who was only a year younger than me, he got into piano lessons. And I think it was my aunt that was like, hey, do you want to also take piano lessons? And I guess my mom agreed, and then I ended up in piano lessons, and I loved it. Especially my teacher. I still think about her to this day. Greatest woman ever. I love her so much. I miss her so much. And I loved piano. I was really good at it. I would get great, like my teacher gave us like letter grades and notes, and my notes were always so good. Perfect student, like 10 out of 10, A plus, A plus plus. Like I was on fire. And I was playing under the Royal Conservatory. So we were doing scales. We were doing this thing called 4-star, if you know, you know. And then we also had exams. And I actually quit at level 5. And I think the reason is because I just got so stressed and overwhelmed because I was so used to getting such, oh my god, good grades, like perfect grades, whatever, but I slowly started to just feel so much pressure. And I was also getting older. I think at this point I was like 4th or 5th grade, and I just could not handle the pressure, and everything was getting so much harder. And knowing that there was an exam coming, I think it was one time where I just did not do well on my exam, and I got so discouraged by it, and I guess I just did not want to continue anymore. And also, since I was playing the piano for a grade or to get a certain whatever, it just stopped feeling fun to me and more of a chore. And that was really sad because I genuinely did love playing it. But also I did need that structure to, know my knowledge on the piano. But I don't know, I just did not like feeling the pressure. And oh my gosh, the day I quit piano lessons, I was in grade 5, I think, or 4. I think 5. And I came home from school. My parents, I think my mom was there. I think my mom was there. And I just went straight to the couch. Oh, it was a Friday. On Fridays, I have piano lessons. I went straight to the couch, literally like sunk into it or just like slammed myself on it, started bawling my eyes out and saying, I don't want to go to piano lessons. And I just was bawling my eyes out. And I guess all that pressure just built up so much over the past few weeks. I was exhausted. I was burnt out from it, and it was just so hard and so stressful. And yeah, after that, I just never went to lessons. I never even said goodbye to my piano teacher formally. I just never showed up anymore. And it was so funny because I would have to go to my cousin's house every afternoon, and I would see my piano teacher there. And I would always hide and run away whenever she came because I just felt so embarrassed to see her again because I never said goodbye to her. And yeah, I just felt really sad because I also know that she was super sad about it. I would always hear from my family and my relatives saying that she missed me a lot. I guess I did not want to admit that I was pressured because I was always so used to being the perfect student. Like I did not want to admit defeat, But yeah, years passed and I just never took lessons ever again. And there was actually a point a few years ago, I was in grade 11 and I did want to start playing the piano again. So I actually retook lessons with that teacher and said hi to her and everything. And I think it just all started coming back to me. Like I realized why I quit and it gave me more clarity. It's definitely the pressure and just having to do it as a chore just wasn't fun for me. So I quit again and I play for fun now. I just play whatever I want. I don't feel any pressure anymore and it's fun. Like I play, it's like very therapeutic for me. So yeah, I still do know how to sight read like very basic songs, but if I were to play a difficult song, it would take me like probably months to master it. But I am still shocked because I would used to memorize songs so easily and play without sight reading and having the notes in front of me. I don't think I can do that anymore. So I'm very impressed with little me. But Yeah, but to this day, piano is still one of my biggest passions. I just did not like how pressured I was. And no hate or shame to my piano teacher at all, because she was the loveliest woman ever. I think it was just the system and just the pressure I put on myself. And I just did not know how to handle my emotions back then. But yeah, I'm glad that I did put myself first and did what was best for me. Fact number 29 is I also play the ukulele. So I started playing the ukulele in quarantine because what else was I going to do in quarantine, right? We had a ukulele lying around and I remember tuning it and playing my first ever songs. I remember playing Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King. That was the first song I ever learned, or one of the first songs, or for the first song I fully mastered. And it was so beautiful. I would sing it in my room and it was just such a quiet time. We are on fact number 30 now, so we are halfway there. Is I love to dance. When I say dance, I don't mean like I'm not a hardcore dancer. I've never done professional dance. I've never competed in anything. I do like beginner drop-ins like once every few months with my friend, and also TikTok dances. I love a good TikTok dance. I think they're so much fun. I just love to dance. Like, it's just so much fun. It's such a great way to get your body moving, and it just makes you so happy. Like, you can never not be happy when you're dancing. In grade 8, I did really want to do like hardcore lessons and dancing and all that stuff, but it wasn't until I started doing drop-ins like a few years back where I realized that dance is an investment, like a lot of time, a lot of money, and just a big time commitment. But I did really want to be one of those people that were in the studio like every day, or going to practice every day, or in a team. I wanted to be a dancer so bad, but you know what, guys? I'm still very happy with my TikTok dances and my beginner drop-ins. Fact 31, these are my favorite colors. So to look at, I love the color pink, I love the color yellow, navy blue, and dark green. I'm currently wearing dark green right now, and my bed, my duvet covers are yellow. This is like my default duvet cover color is yellow. And my phone case, I currently have bananas on my phone case. I love it so much. And my favorite flowers are sunflowers, which are yellow. I just love the color yellow. However, my favorite colors to wear would be anything more on the darker side. So I've got navy blue, black, a dark like forest green like this. I also really do love more vibrant colors like a royal blue or a red, especially like the Aritzia matching sets. Like, I just love a vibrant blue. My prom dress was a royal blue. Fact number 32 is that I recently got into makeup. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am wearing makeup today. And this is crazy because I have never worn makeup in my whole life. Like, ask my parents. Every time I got some sort of makeup gift as a kid, I would be like, ew, like, get that away from me. But I recently started getting into it. Like, one morning or just one day, I just woke up and was like, I want to wear makeup. And it was kind of a lingering thought in the back of my mind since the new year, to be honest, to like start spicing up my looks a little bit, change up a few things. And I think it's so much fun. A really big important thing to know is to always just love yourself first, no matter what. I think that's the biggest, most important thing about wearing makeup, is to make sure that you are obsessed with yourself, with or without makeup. And the fact that I want to share is my favorite products / steps. I love contour and bronzer, and also blush. I think blush might be my favorite. It's just so much fun. And it's so funny because growing up, I would look at all these blushes and be like, why would you buy like all these? Like, they all look the same. But girl, they are not the same. They are not the same. But yeah, that's currently where I'm at with makeup right now. And I think it's so much fun. I think it's a great way to spend time with yourself every morning getting ready. But I think the most important step with makeup and your routine is to love yourself first, okay? Fact 33 is my favorite board game of all time is Settlers of Catan. So I've been playing this game for over 10 years now. I was introduced to it from my brother, and the first time I played it, I was like, what is this? Like, this is too much. But we started playing it a lot as a family, and I just got so obsessed with it. It's so fun. It's so unpredictable. Every single game is different, and it literally puts you in the biggest mood swings ever. Like, you can be so happy one moment and so sad the next moment. And it's so funny. I put a lot of my friends on this game too, and they grew to love it. They're all so good at it now. And yeah, I love raising my fellow Catan queens and kings, okay? And my personal technique and strategy for playing Catan is to invest in your roads. Fact number 34 is kind of funny. I used to play this game called Monster Legends. And girl, I was literally obsessed with it. Monster Legends is a mobile game where you can raise monsters, collect, feed, fight, battle, and there was a huge community aspect to it where you can meet people online and form teams. I think that community aspect made it so much fun. Like, I made so many friends, and they were so funny. I was laughing so hard all the time. Like, my mom would wonder why I was laughing so hard at my iPad for no reason. But yeah, no, I was obsessed with that game. I loved collecting the monsters. I loved ranking up. I loved building my little world and feeding them and collecting them. And yeah, what a time. What a time. Fact number 35. This is like a good and a bad thing, but I'm very independent. I would even say like hyper independent, and I like to be in control of a lot of things. This manifests a lot when it comes to group projects. Like, if I'm waiting on a response from someone, I'm stressing my mind, especially if I've been waiting for so long and we need this thing done now and you still haven't responded to me. I'm gonna be stressed out of my mind, and I'm gonna do anything I can to mitigate it, to take over, like do anything. And I just need to just calm down because it's not that deep. They're gonna get back to you, but it's definitely something that I need to work on. Number 36, something I'm currently obsessed with right now is Frutigo Arrow. So if y'all don't know what this is, it's basically like, I don't have the proper definition, but it's like a futuristic, it's like a futuristic but nostalgic thing at the same time. It's like a lot of landscapes, greenery, blue, old Windows desktop, glass, futuristic. Like, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but if you search it up, I'm currently obsessed with it. My cousin and I will talk about Frutigo Arrow all day. Yeah, also Frutigo Arrow music, girl, I have it downloaded on my playlist. Like, it is just so, it makes me so sad but so happy. Like, I just want to be there. Fact 37 is a quote that I live by. A quote that I live by is, nothing changes if nothing changes. Like, think about it. If you don't take initiative and you don't do anything with your life, nothing is going to change. It's so simple, but it's so true. Like, if nothing changes, literally nothing is going to change. Fact 38 is about my moles on my upper lip. So I have two here, and one of them is fake, guys. One of them is fake, and that is this tiny one up here. So this one actually came because I don't know what I was doing, but I somehow stabbed myself with my lead pencil in grade 9, and it just never came off. Like, this is just lead, and yeah, it's just stuck there. I don't know how to get rid of it. It's been here for such a long time, but it's my unofficial birthmark. Fact number 39 is, I love Ariana Grande. I've just always felt so drawn to her and her music, and my most played songs from her is Intro Extended and also Bye. I think Bye was my most played. Those were definitely my most played. And some other favorite songs I have from her are Honeymoon Avenue, Just Like Magic, Ghostin', and Test Drive. And that's just a few. I have so many more, but yeah, I love Ariana. Number 40 is my biggest insecurity, and I will say I'm a very confident person. Like, I love myself so much, but my biggest insecurity has always been my face. I just feel like I just never liked the shape of it. I feel like it's too square / round. I don't like my side profile. I feel like it's crooked. But again, we are beautiful no matter what, and I love my face so much, but it also makes me feel really insecure sometimes. Super insecure. Especially since the term face card is so popular nowadays. It's like, girl, not right now, please. But also, I've grown to love my face, but I still definitely have my days. Okay, guys, jump scare. I am mid-editing right now, and I just realized I skipped fact 41, and it was supposed to be what I love most about myself, and for that answer, I would have to say my confidence and my ambition, because period. And then also for physical appearance-wise, I do love my hair a lot, and I love my upper lip area. I love my moles and my unofficial birthmark even. And yeah, I love many parts about myself, but those are my favorites. Fact number 42 is that I think I have a laughing problem. Let me elaborate on this, okay? Because when I was younger, especially in elementary school, I would laugh at literally everything. I think one of my friends even told me that they thought I had problems because I would just laugh so much. And I don't know, guys, I guess I was just a happy person, but people really did point that out to me. I would laugh so much to the point where, like, there was one time we were lining up for lunch or like after school or something, and this person in front of me did something funny, and then this other girl was like, hey, do it again, but then she was like, oh, maybe not because Sophie's there and she might laugh. First of all, that's so rude. Like, I'm just trying to express my happiness, but I don't know, I guess I just found a lot of things really funny, and I was a very giggly person, and I guess people just found that weird, but I genuinely just find everything funny, and it's hard for me to lock in. It was a big issue. Like, I would always just hold in so much laughter in the middle of classes, and it was really bad. but we've gotten better at it now. Fact number 43 is I've always been very, very indecisive with my career path. I feel like this is something that a lot of us can resonate with, but when I finished high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I wanted to do interior design actually, but after looking at all the prereqs and I don't know, the things that I needed to do, I was like, maybe this isn't for me. And I had no clue. I had no clue what I wanted to do. I can make a whole episode about this whole identity crisis, but I wanted to be a nurse for a long time. I was considering criminology. I was considering like art and theater, and this was in the midst of uni, so I was having a big identity crisis as a second year, first year, even third year. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I feel like now I do have a bit more clarity, but that's a fun fact about me. I genuinely had no clue what I wanted to do, so hopefully this fact resonates with some of you. I am not 100% put together. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but that's okay. Okay, fact number 44 is podcast related. So my favorite solo episode. My favorite solo episode has always been my Minecraft one. I actually tried to record that episode like 3 different times before I got to the one that is currently up on the podcast. But that was so much fun. That was so much fun to make, so much fun to edit, and it's just so random and unserious, and I just really loved that so much. I even have a whole introduction post on my Instagram, and I even said in that post that my Minecraft one is currently my favorite solo episode, and it's just so funny and unserious, and the fact that it got so deep towards the end, it just makes me laugh. But no, yeah, I love Minecraft and I love that episode so much. Just doing super silly things like that has always been so much fun. Also, that one is also super memorable because I was in Vegas when I posted it and I was in the airport when I was editing it. And it has always been a dream of mine to edit at the airport. So yeah, it's just like that episode has so much things attached to it. Fact number 45 about me is that my bedroom needs to be the most overstimulating thing in the entire world. I think you can tell by everything on my wall, and I have way more things on this side of my room. But guys, I literally need to always have something on my wall. Pictures of my friends, my loved ones, and my family. Pictures of anything, my memorabilia, like memories on my wall. And it just brings my room to life. I remember a few weeks ago, I tried to get rid of everything. I tried to be super minimalistic, very clean girl, very minimal, like plain room. I took down all my photos. I took down all my stuff on the wall, all my posters. And for that 1 week period, guys, I was so sad. I was so unmotivated. I was so unhappy. I was so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And I had to put everything back up, and I think it looks so much better. But yeah, my room has to be super overstimulating or else I cannot function. Fact number 46 is one of my biggest goals in life is to do a TED Talk. So I've always loved watching TED Talks. I think they're so cool, and I've always been so fascinated with how these people are so well spoken on stage, and I low-key really want to do one of my own one day. And this is actually super funny because one of my current assignments right now for one of my communications courses is to make your own TED Talk and record yourself doing the TED Talk. I'm gonna cook so hard with that, guys. I'm so excited. So this is my practice. We're manifesting it right now. Sophie Manio will be on a future TED Talk. Fact number 47 is a cute one. It's about my podcast. Any chance I get to work on my podcast is literally my greatest escape from the world. And I can talk all about this. I just love my podcast. I love working on my podcast. Anytime I get to edit, to script, to reach out to people, to work on the graphics, to upload, to looking at my feed, like it just makes me so happy, and everything just goes away. Like I can be stressed about so many things, but as soon as I start talking to the camera or start editing an episode or script an episode or plan this, plan that, everything just goes away. And it's just, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Everything goes away and I'm in my own world and I just want to live in here forever. Like it just makes me so happy. And yeah, fact 48, we're almost done, guys. Oh my gosh. I brought this up earlier, but I love Plants vs. Zombies. I used to play it all the time as a kid. And fun fact, my uncle, shout out to my Tita Maui, he used to play Plants vs. Zombies all the time. I think he was the one that put me on. He finished every single level twice and unlocked all the plants. And I don't know why I did this, but I was just snooping around his account, little like 5-year-old me, and I deleted his Plants vs. Zombies account. And like he literally just sighed and gave the biggest look of disappointment in his entire life. And even to this day, I'm still super sorry to the Maui. I love you. But But yeah, that was funny. But no, I loved playing Plants vs. Zombies. I even played it on my iPad for a long time, and I wanted to share my favorite plants with you guys. And the first one is the cactus. I think I just love that the cactus can extend. Like, that's its own unique thing that it can do. Like, it's just different. And this is so weird to say, but I just love how like serious the cactus looks. But he's still trying so hard to help out the other plants. Like, I just love that. He's just so nonchalant like that. But damage wise, I love the watermelon catapult. Like, who doesn't love a good watermelon catapult? It's so good. Fact 49, favorite places to shop. So for clothes, I like to shop at Garage, at H&M, the thrift store, and Aritzia, but very rarely. I haven't gone there in so long. But nowadays, I do prioritize quality over quantity, so I do like to intentionally shop there when I can. Also, Uniqlo, every time I buy or wear something from Uniqlo, I just feel like the cleanest girl in the world. H&M was my first like big girl store, and I used to shop there all the time, especially like in high school, like in grade 8, I would shop there for literally everything, and I still love it. It's very classy, and they do have a lot of cheaper options there too. So other favorite stores that I like to go to: Winners, Shoppers. I love Shoppers, the Dollar Store, and Walmart. So if you ever need to find me, guys, catch me at one of these stores. Fact number 50, favorite places to eat. So I am honestly, I would call myself a pretty healthy person. I like looking for options that are lighter. I love a good salad moment. I know I sound so lame right now, but I do love eating healthy and just feeling good after I eat. So I love anything healthy, a good salad place, a good poke bar, even like a taco place if they have healthy options. Like, I just love a good healthy meal, guys. But just also like generally, I love eating sushi. I love Big Way Hot Pot as well. I love Big Way Hot Pot. I also love eating dim sum as well, like dumplings. Vietnamese food I love as well. But in general, just anywhere with a healthy option I love. Fact 51 is my skincare routine. So I actually get asked this pretty often, and my skincare routine is very simple. I just use cleanser and moisturizer. I actually used to have a whole skincare era. I had toners, I had serums, and just like a big elaborate routine. But nowadays, I just like to go for a simple routine. I feel like when I buy more things, not only am I spending more money, but I'm putting so much chemicals on my face, and I just feel like I don't need that much. So first I rinse my face, and then to remove any makeup, I use the Marcel cleanser. It's a gel cleanser. And then after that, I use the Luxe Organic Miracle Solutions Acne Derm, which is, I guess you could say, my actual cleanser. And then after that, I dry my face and put moisturizer, and that's literally it. And the moisturizer I use is from The Ordinary. It's their cream moisturizer. Like I said, I feel like less things on my face just feels better, and feels better not just for my face but for the bank account too. So yeah, I would say though, the most important part of keeping your skin healthy is by drinking so much water, like a crazy amount of water, and eating healthy. Like, no matter how much things you put on your face, it also is what you're putting into your body that will reflect, that will glow, right? Fact 52 is my favorite sport. So I love playing volleyball. I don't play competitively, but I do love playing with friends. I love playing just casually, recreationally, a good drop-in. I used to do drop-ins at my community center pretty often, but I stopped going there because the people that play at my community center are like college level volleyball athletes. So that's not really my crowd. I just play with my friends whenever I can. And in high school, I also used to dragon boat, which was actually pretty fun. And yeah, I wanted to just keep myself busy, and it was free because it was like during the pandemic or after pandemic, so no cost, and it was actually pretty fun. I would go to practice like once a week, twice a week, and it was actually pretty fun. I met really cool people doing that, and that's actually where I met my friend Kate, who was on my podcast twice now. So yeah, if it wasn't for dragon boat, I would never have met her, and she is also my dance buddy. So yeah, also you're assigned to join clubs because you never know who you're going to meet. Fact number 53 is I've always worked in fast food, never in retail or like clothing stores. I've always worked in the food, like service industry and fast food. I don't know why. I think it was the social aspect, and I think it's always because you're always rushing and like doing stuff. When you're in retail, I feel like it's more calm and chill, which has its benefits, but I don't know, I just like being busy, and I love the people aspect. Like, sure, you talk to people when you're on the sales floor, but when you're serving people and talking to people and giving them their food, you see a smile like every 10 seconds or so, and it's just amazing. I love that feeling. So fact number 54 is my dream house. So my dream house, or I should say dream apartment, is something in the city, sky high, like floor to window ceilings, and really specific wood flooring, like modern wood flooring, modern kitchen, like, and something open concepts like a loft. I think that's what they call, like a loft house style thing. And I cannot wait to move out and just decorate my own place and be independent. I'm so excited. But yeah, that is my dream house. I claim, I manifest. Fact number 55 is I have never been to a party. So I'm not a party person at all. You will never catch me at a party, guys. If I'm there, I don't know why I would be there. But yeah, I've never been to like a club or a rave or anything like that. Like, I'm just not that type of person. I just feel like I would get so overstimulated and just like I'd want to go home like right away. Number 56 is my go-to outfits. So honestly, anything that's like a crew neck or a hoodie with some sweatpants, my favorite outfit always. It's just so comfy. Specific pieces that I love to wear, I have these low-rise jeans from American Eagle. They're dark gray, and I genuinely think I got so lucky with that find, because ever since that day I've never seen those jeans ever again in store, and they're perfect. I wear them all the time. I have so many pictures with me wearing them. They're like straight leg / baggy low-rise. They are so good, and they're so soft. They're so soft, and they're kind of thin too. So I don't feel like suffocated in them. They are just so easy and breezy and like light, and I love them so much. And for tops, I love wearing, again, like I said, crew necks, hoodies. I love thrifting my stuff too, and just, I don't know, very simple, but I am starting to experiment more with my style. But as for right now, those are my general like favorite clothing pieces and what I like to wear. Fact 57, we are going back again to my childhood. I used to collect a lot of things. I used to collect squishies, Shopkins, and I was also a huge Rainbow Loom addict. I loved watching squishy collections. I would pretend to do squishy collections with my 20 squishies, and I would always dream of having like pools of squishies like all these other people online. I would order on sillysquishies.com. I would look for them everywhere, and my biggest prized possession was my Hello Kitty donuts, literally from sillysquishies.com or some sort of website. I loved it so much, and I love the sound of the packaging when you squish it, the packaging, and like showing the tag and stuff. I also collected Shopkins. Yes, I was in like 4th grade or 5th grade when I collected Shopkins. I don't know if that's too old, but guys, no shame. Like, I'm not embarrassed to admit I was a Shopkins girl. I remember my mom was so involved in this addiction of mine. When we went back to the Philippines a few years ago, or not a few years ago, like in grade 7, my mom ordered these Shopkins to specifically arrive at my house in the Philippines, and she went all out. And I had like briefcases, and I organized them into their seasons. I had the fridge, and then lastly, Rainbow Loom. I loved Rainbow Loom so much. I do have a TikTok account, she's public, and I did a collection of all the Rainbow Loom, not all, but some of the Rainbow Loom creations that I kept over the years, and it was so fun. Like, I was a hustler at Rainbow Loom. Like, I would be on my floor making them and just spending so much time with it, and I'm glad that I did that to keep me occupied. I don't know if this generation of kids would even have the time or the attention span to do Rainbow Loom, but I loved it so much. And yeah, my favorite bracelet I've ever made was the Heart of the Dragon scale bracelet. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I spent hours working on it, and I loved it so much, and I still love it. It looks so good. Just search it up, guys. Heart of the Dragon scale bracelet. Okay, guys, we are almost done. We are at fact number 58, and that is, as a little girl, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, be an influencer, like whatever. Yeah, when I was little, I would pretend to make YouTube videos in my room. I had a fake YouTube channel, and my fake name was WimpyWemo5. I would just talk to no one, talk to my fake fans, and I would update them every day. I would pretend to have meet and greets. I would pretend to do collabs to no one. I would do pretend vlogs, pretend room tours, and I would just watch all these YouTubers online and just wanted to be just like them. And it wasn't until age 20 when I launched my actual first YouTube channel and started posting my videos. Like, little me is jumping for joy right now. I do this all just for her because I know this is what she's always wanted, and I'm just so proud of myself for it. So yeah, I also do have a YouTube channel if you didn't know. It's just my name, and I've been posting since August of 2025. Fact 59 is, when I got a little bit older, so around high school age, I wanted to start a podcast as well, and that led me, after years and years of debating and hesitation, I launched the Love and Lore podcast, which you're listening to right now. So the timeline is, I launched it in March, posted and recorded my first few episodes in April and fully committed in May. Because up until May, I had the podcast, but I kept deleting it and I kept re-uploading everything and deleting it and just had this whole big crash out and was just so scared and embarrassed. And yeah, I did not fully commit until May. But starting this podcast has been the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Like, my whole life has quite literally transformed, even though I'm only at 60 episodes. Seriously, like, my whole life has changed. I've become so much more confident. I've been able to meet so many amazing people. I've learned so many things, and I can go on and on about this. But yeah, I also do this in honor of younger me and making her dreams come true, because wow, like, she would be so happy right now. And our last fact number 60, is my biggest dreams at the moment. I really want to continue doing social media. I love what I'm doing. I want to keep my podcast going. I want to keep making YouTube videos. I want to keep doing content creation, inspiring others, and being myself and being on camera. I love being on camera. So yeah, that is the dream right now. I want to just keep doing this and making younger Sophie proud. And with that being said, I did say that I fully committed to the Love and Lore podcast in May of last year. And after weeks of debating, I have finally decided on the birthday of Love and Lore. And I'm announcing it here right now on episode 60. The birthday of Love and Lore is going to be on May 16th. May 16th was the day that I fully and finally committed to the Love and Lore podcast. I said YOLO and I just went for it and never looked back. No matter how much I wanted to quit, no matter how embarrassed I was, I just kept going, and it was May 16th when it all happened. I launched the Instagram page for Love and Lore on May 16th. I re-uploaded my first episode on the 16th of May, and the rest was history. So there we go, guys. May 16th is the birthday of the podcast of Love and Lore, and it is only a few months away. So I'm very excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but that's crazy. And yeah, that is our final fact of the day. And that is a wrap for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to me for 60 weeks. Y'all are crazy for that. But I love doing this so much and I'm so happy. I've never been so fulfilled in my life, and I cannot wait for many, many more episodes to come. And for my new listeners, I really hope you got to learn something new about me. I welcome anyone and everyone with open arms, and I love you all very, 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 very much. And I never really say I love you at the end of my episodes, but I really want to start doing that. But yeah, I love you guys so much. That is going to be a wrap for episode 60. Thank you guys so much for listening. I wish you all the best, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you in our next episode. Bye!